of the Brazilians that work here in Microsoft. Very proud to be here in Seattle. Ultimately, we can define collaboration and what's happening today around collaboration from a couple of different angles. First, from the possibility of people creating these social networks using social computing technologies to really work together, exchange information, or even just share ideas and information in general. The second angle where we can define collaboration is even from the perspective of how people are participating much more in the production process, especially when we talk about digital goods. We've seen examples of people now having much more access to create videos, create music, even create books, post blogs, why not to say create software as well. And that is becoming very common. Some people use the term crowdcasting or the term prosumers that sort of combine the aspects of being a consumer but also being a participant in the production process. Even large organizations in manufacturing, in entertainment, they are outreaching to their customers, to their clients, to their fans to really get them involved in giving feedback about new products, in giving ideas to new businesses that they can branch off to, and even just capturing these new talent and passionate people that can help a company market their products or even generate new ideas.
This whole universe is evolving. It's growing. It's changing. It's
about participation and interaction, not just putting information out there.
Collaboration is also changing a lot how businesses operate and how businesses run their decision-making and their value creation. Large organizations now use concepts of workflow, approvals, review documents, all that in the context of the enterprise to also be able to find expertise, collaborate with other people, share knowledge, and just run their operations in an easier, better way.
The internet is a great technology for finding, communicating with, working with, being entertained by other people, right? It's a very good thing. And people are just a very fundamental aspect of who we are, what we do, right? Working with other people. They're disruptive, certainly. They're destroying one mode of business, but they're creating a new mode of business.
The original example for disintermediation happened in the 60s when people, rather than going to a bank, would go to a company and buy stock directly. Banks haven't disappeared since then. Even though they got disintermediated one way, they have new services coming out in other ways. Online community manager. A few years ago, there was no job description for that. Now I see all sorts of postings for people who are online community managers or facilitators, and that takes a certain skill set. I mean, you have to be good with people, you have to be good with technology, you have to know how to evangelize and grow the community. You need to not have too tight a rein or you strangle the community. So, it's a very interesting and diverse skill set that not all that many people have. Small businesses that don't have a lot of IT professionals and that don't have a lot of support in that area are going more and more to these collaboration tools that are hosted or supported, or they're in the cloud, so to speak. And they are adopting them much faster because, A, it's cheaper for them, it's easier, they don't need IT resource, they don't have to buy a license, they don't have to have someone in-house who knows how to use it. They can just buy what they need to use, and it's much lower risk for them. So it's a much better model for acquiring collaboration tools. Helping people change their minds and their attitudes, because collaboration as a behavior is really the hard part of it. The technology is much less difficult. You can change a line of code much easier than you can help someone change their mind. On the other hand, we've looked at how different generations interact with collaborative technologies. And I can tell you that the 15 to 25-year-olds interact with these technologies very differently than someone who's over 60. each generation got different messages. So those who were over 60 were, involved with World War II. And in World War II, the message was loose lips sink ships. So you don't tell anyone anything until you're sure you can trust them. Well, the 15 to 25-year-olds have just the opposite message. They blab everything in the world as teenagers to anyone else in the world. They're texting all the time. Oh, I'm sitting in the bathroom, or I'm fighting with my boyfriend, or whatever. And so it's a completely opposite view of transparency and trust on the internet and how they interact and collaborate.
To make collaboration work between people is to have what I call a collaboration space. It could be as much as both of us looking at a yellow tablet, and we each write on the space.
So
and
it's a common context. You have to have a common context.
And all of a sudden now, we've got in the world all these amazing electronic tools that help facilitate that. Okay? So, where people used to struggle, now there's a place that they can go to collaborate and work with each other, even if they're, far away in terms of location.
Right. We used a variety of different tools like Skype, Glance, Near Time, a variety of different tools to do the book so we could look over each other's chapters. We could talk about them in context. I would pop stuff up on my screen and say, Stuart, look at this, even though he was 30 miles away, and we could interact in real time and fix things and change what we were doing.
Any kind of sharing of information or sharing of important learnings is always beneficial for helping people move forward faster and come up with new ideas that build on top of things that have already been learned.
Here we are. You guys are up here from Brazil filming this documentary. How did you find us? Through the internet. We're sharing information. We're sharing ideas. I think we've got this huge opportunity for a business and cultural flowering.